What's up, and welcome to Nighttime with the Nerd Bar, episode 126.
Let's go!
Woo-hoo!
We are back from our various conventions.
Yes, we are bringing that Monday energy post epic beginning of con season, and we are live. If you're watching live, join us over in the live chat, and if you're watching later, awesome, comment down below. And some quick intros. Hello, I'm Carrie Lane.
And I'm Katie Cullen.
And I haven't read it as far, but I was doing My Hero for the end of My Hero Academia. The manga has wrapped up, if you were not aware. I'm definitely not that caught up on it, but I was like, ooh, okay. Now we'll just see how the anime wraps.
I've got the Gladiator shirt for nostalgia's sake.
Yeah.
I miss Overwatch League. My Overwatch League Discord server came back to life today, so we were all kind of leaning in and going, "How have you guys been? It's been a minute." I miss Overwatch League so much. So the nostalgia.
Fair. And then we are going to be giving you some anime news, coming to theaters, talk about some conventions, and get into Go-Go Loser Ranger, as well as recommendations for other things you should be checking out. So stick around for all of that. We got this nice little bar here to let you know where we're at. Yeah. So let's get into it. Things we're excited about.
Yes, we have. It's one of those, like, we have all sorts of news, and I'm like, wait a minute, no, we missed a week. We have less news than we would have otherwise, but that is okay. It is all of it exciting. Starting with Animego announces Otaku no Video Blu-ray home media release. This is dropping on October 8th, and for those of you not familiar, this is from anime's golden age in the 1980s, and it is a spoof of the life and culture of otaku, as well as the history of Studio Gainax and its creators. So, for those going, oh yeah, Gainax, and using Gainaxed as a verb, maybe a history lesson. Yeah, inside the story of anime's late great anime studio, director Takeshi Mori and anime madmen of Studio Gainax gather with friends for their most explosive club meeting ever. Bolstered by Kenichi Sanada's charming character designs and the great Kohei Tanaka's rousing soundtrack, Otaku no Video bursts onto Blu-ray in stunning 1080p high definition, including the original Japanese language and English subtitles. So, 80s anime, you guys, it's super fun. It is super, super fun. We will post the cover art and the screen caps that we were sent on our Twitter, but at NTATNB. But this looks like a blast, you guys. If you are into old school anime, or if you would like to be into old school anime and want to check something out, give it a try, give this a try.
Looking over in the chat, I like this one. Gigadare goes, "Howdy from the back of a Honda Odyssey." Which, if you've seen Deadpool Wolverine, that's even funnier.
I've not yet. I'm trying to figure out if I can.
Not as spoilers. It's just funny.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to figure out if you can see it without having seen Deadpool 2, because I never did. So I know the gist of Deadpool 2. So
I was like, teeny tiny moment on that. No, I think you should be fine. I think the bigger thing that I encountered with a friend is, if you haven't seen Loki, there are people and organizational things that are in Loki that, if you have not seen that, you will be like, who and what is happening? You don't need to watch all of it, but there are at least the first season. Yeah. And they're not that long. So.
Yeah, having seen the trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine, that makes sense.
Yeah.
TMA noise.
Yes. Yeah. It's one of those, like, don't worry, no spoilers on this channel unless we are very specifically telling you. But
it was in the trailer. It's if you know what it is, it's very hard to miss. So I did see the trailer. I did see that.
I have a friend who hasn't seen that show, and I was like, "Ooh, you might want to watch a little bit, because you'll be like, I have no idea about all that." Yeah.
Or you just sit back and turn the brain off.
That too.
Yep.
Untitled on Purpose says, "I've never seen Deadpool 2, but still enjoyed it." Nice.
Excellent.
And then Gigadare goes, "It's a happy accident. I'm taking a Lyft home." So you ended up in One Accord by Lyft. Nice.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Thanks for joining us over in the live chat. Get back to things we're excited about.
And if you're not listening to this on headphones, hello, Derek's Lyft driver. And if you are listening to this on headphones, good on you. Things
Yes.
that you should do when you're listening to audio in public. Headphones.
Yes. All right. And speaking of going places, we got Anime NYC is coming up at the end of this month. And they just announced that the Dan DeDan will be welcoming the English language lead voices to the main stage at Anime NYC. So you get to see the actors bring the highly anticipated anime to life ahead of the world premiere of the English language dub. So that will be Abby Trott, who has been here on our channel, as well as Red Carpet's coverage. So also go check those out. And AJ Beckles. They will both be there, and that one will be on Saturday, August 24th at 11 a.m. And that looks like it's about a 90-minute panel. And it looks like there's a note: reservations to attend this panel through Anime NYC are required. So I've not attended Anime NYC, so I'm not really sure on their process, but check their website. There's probably a way that you do ticketed attending events, like not necessarily pay for it, but you reserve it, which Anime Expo kind of does that too. So
the Demon Slayer panel at AX was ticketed, and I think a few others might have been as well.
And then to be up to date on their social media accounts, to be able to following on Dan DeDan, check out Anime. So it's at Anime Dan DeDan. So EN at the end of that. So write out Anime Dan DeDan EN English. So nice. So if you're going to Anime NYC, let us know as well.
I hear good things about Dan DeDan. So
and same. And Giga Dirk says I'll be there. Nice. I've heard good things about that convention, and I've heard great things about that show. So that is awesome.
Yes, it's one of those where it's like, I'd like to go someday, and I'm like, oh, that's the literal week after Labyrinth. I will be a puddle on the floor.
Fair.
Sometimes you just have to pick and choose your events.
Yes.
Yes. What you will not have to pick and choose is the next place we're sending you, which is the movie theater, which I assume that, well, I guess you'd pick and choose your seats if you're a reserve ahead kind of person. But Crunchyroll announces theatrical release dates for whimsical darling The Concierge and aspirational coming-of-age tale Trapezium. So if The Concierge is pinging any memory bells, we have talked about this before. I believe it was one of the selections at the Animationist Film Festival last year. I think that's where that came up. Either way, I'm very excited to see it. Crunchyroll and Sony Pictures Entertainment to distribute The Concierge on September 11th and Trapezium on September 18th in North America. So about The Concierge, Akino is a trainee concierge at the Hokyoku, I will say this correctly at some point, at the Hokyoku department store, an unusual department store that caters exclusively to animals. Under the watchful eyes of the floor manager and senior concierges, Akino runs around to fulfill the wishes of customers with a myriad of needs and problems in her pursuit to become a full-fledged concierge. This sounds adorable, you guys. This sounds absolutely adorable. And it came from Production IG, so Ghost in the Shell, Psycho Pass, Haikyuu, pedigreed anime studio. Sounds amazing. Yes, and it made its premiere at the Annecy International Animationist Film Festival. Yep, I thought I remembered that. And then about Trapezium. Driven by an unwavering passion for becoming an idol, Yu Azuma, words, a young, ambitious first-year student at Joshu East High School, embarks on a journey to form an idol group. To make her dream a reality, she recruits one girl from each of her region's 4 high schools, located to the north, south, east, and west, and soon finds her fellow group members. So this is a road to stardom sort of movie, and that looks like a lot of fun. If music is your thing, if stories like this, if this sort of slice of life trying to make it big story is your thing, check out Trapezium, because that looks like a lot of fun. Yeah, so again, the September 11th for The Concierge and September 18th for Trapezium, one day only in North America, with further dates for several European countries, Australia, etc. So keep an eye out on Crunchyroll.com if you want more information, and Crunchyroll's social medias. And of course, check out those dates for your local movie theater. See if they have showings there, get your tickets, all that fun stuff. Again, if you're not as comfortable being in public yet, I do recommend masking up in a theater. I do still do it myself, if that helps. Regardless, anime in theaters is fun, guys. And these movies sound fantastic.
I Haikyuu made me think of a thing that I did not get to verify when this was, but there's a video of when Japan is playing Brazil in volleyball and they play the Haikyuu theme.
Yes.
And I was like, yes, that is so cool. You just look around, it's on Instagram somewhere, but I don't know when that was. Like, I don't know if it's this Olympics, if it's another event, world event, something. But I just love that.
If we can talk about nerds, put up Tangent Corner. Put up Tangent Corner. I know it's taken us a minute. I have been watching so much of the Olympics because it is scratching that Overwatch League itch where I just put it on and it's got knowledgeable commentators for the most part. Sometimes they say some things. Yes. And incredible athletes. And I was definitely watching the men's 100 meter yesterday. And for those going, why is that relevant? Perhaps you have seen the gifs of the American sprinter pulling a Blue Eyes White Dragon out of his running uniform and like showing it to the camera, or an Exodia card. That is Noah Lyles. He is an absolute nerd. It has been so much fun to watch him go. He won the gold yesterday in the men's 100, and that's not even his preferred event. His preferred is the 200, which I think is running tomorrow. The preliminaries were today, and he got in there handily. So he wins the gold by 5,000ths of a second. It was a photo finish. Yeah.
Is that the one where it's the feet where different shoes are further across the line?
No, it's
that was another one that I was like, it literally is, one half of a shoe more. And you're like, oh my gosh.
Evidently for, I think in general, and definitely for the Olympics, because the broadcasters were talking about this, they judge by the torso. So when you get close to the finish line, that you lean forward to try to get your head across the line. And he, again, 5/1000ths of a second, 0.0005, made it across the line first. So he's got an American flag over his shoulders and does the Kamehameha to the camera.
Nice.
Like, this man, I love it. And supposedly, I heard this. I'm not sure if it's a thing. Someone please verify. Part of the reason that the Yu-Gi-Oh is the running thing for him is he had a deal with one of the women's shot put competitors who would do Naruto things for all of her runs. And if they both made it to the Olympics, made it to the big races and the big competitions, she was going to do the whole Rock Lee taking off his weights thing before her shot put. So I don't know if that's true. I read that somewhere, but I don't remember where. So if anyone happens to know whether that's true or not, please fact check me. I do appreciate that. But y'all, I love nerds at the Olympics. We've seen all of the windsurfer that had the blue avatar arrow, and we've seen the men's, it was either gymnastics or curling team that were posed like the Ginyu Force. Like, it's all very, very fun.
All right, I found it. So my mistake. So it was Japan against Argentina. They won volleyball Olympics, so that's this year. And then they played the Haikyuu theme song. And I'm like, that's so cute. That's so cute. I love it so much.
I mean, if you think, a lot of Olympians are on the younger side, and there are some sports where they're saying, oh, once you hit this age, you're too old. Like, I think Simone Biles is 29, and they're saying she's one of the oldest to have competed in the sport. And that's the sort of sport where they're like, you peak when you're 19, which is insane. And also markedly incorrect when it comes to Team USA. Have you seen these ladies? They're amazing. So, yeah, of course the Olympics is going to be full of a bunch of weebs. Anime is cool now.
Oh, yeah.
And you've got a bunch of, like, teenagers and young to mid-20s, like, yeah, of course. Yeah. They grew up with readily available anime. Yeah.
And the shooting, all the anime versions of all the different shooters. Looks so cool.
That went around Tumblr.
And the variety of them, too.
The Serbian team that took silver. Like, nobody's really talking about the female half of that team. The woman who I think I saw that she was carrying an elephant stuffed animal that her daughter gave her, which is adorable. Everyone's talking about the other half of the team, which is the guy who rolled up with a pair of earplugs and glasses and just
Yeah.
took silver, everyone's like, it looks like he just rolled out of bed and decided he was going to go to the Olympics. Like, everyone loves this guy.
Yeah.
Like, that's fair.
Well, then poll for the people watching here. Let us know. Leave a comment. Deep Cut, have you seen Animal Olympics? This is an animated movie from like what was it, the 80s? It is amazing and so fun. And it's pretty much the entire Olympics, but it's all done with animals, like 1980. And I was like, wait, let me see if I could show it on. Yes. So they have like a bird. They have a Bobble Wobblas as one of the commentators, and they're all just different animals doing the Olympics, and it's really fun music, and I love it so much.
I have to look something up. Hang on.
You're a hold on. Core memories are being tickled. Yes.
Okay, no, it was. I was sitting here going, Game Grumps did that. No, Game Grumps did a game called Animal Soccer, which was a train wreck. Absolute, complete train wreck. Completely different from what you're talking about. Not the same at all. That's why I had that moment of,
soccer
did the Game Grumps do that? It was bad. No, I was thinking of something. Animal Olympics and Animal World Soccer are two very, 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 very different things.
But yeah, let me know if you've seen Animal Olympics. I think by now, since it's pretty old and I don't think it's really owned by anybody super specific, it's probably all on YouTube right now. But I do highly recommend it. Like, it's fun. I'm like, yeah, it's a good time. All right.
I want to know what Olympic events y'all are into, because I wound up watching the women's triathlon because I turned it on and it had just started, and I was like, okay, cool. And then 2 hours later, I was like, I gotta know who wins. So what do you like, and what did you not expect to like, but watched it anyway and liked it? And then if you're me, you've seen
Steeplechase that I'm like, what the heck is Steeplechase? And I had to look it up, and it's like they run and then there's a hurdle and then obstacles. I was like, what is this?
The water obstacle after the hurdle. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Steeplechase. It's like, oh, this is intriguing.
Derek goes, and here I am wondering how Air Bud is doing these days.
I mean, it's a franchise, so he's probably doing great.
Yeah. So,
yeah. I've watched way, way, way too much beach volleyball. I don't care about beach volleyball. And watching probably 6 hours of it over the past 2 weeks has not changed the fact that I don't care about beach volleyball. It's just what's on sometimes.
Yeah. All right. Then now we have back to things we're excited about. We were talking about theaters. And the other thing about theaters, which will lead us into convention news, is Lisa. We had talked about Lisa Live is Smile Always, Lander. Those tickets are now on sale for North American audiences, and it'll be a 3-day event on August 17th, 18th, and 21st. And that is, you can get tickets at lisalivemovie.com. This is distributed by Crunchyroll and Sony Pictures Entertainment. And we've talked about how that's coming to theaters and how that's really exciting because that's a way to see the concert. The other co-host is yelling.
Your co-host is helping, yes.
Which leads us back into convention news of Lisa performed at Comic-Con, part of Crunchyroll's concert series, and it was incredible. I got to go check that out. And she has so much energy. She has cool outfit changes. She's just so animated. She's moving around on stage because it's her, and there is, at least for this performance, it's her, and there is a very talented band behind her, but she's commanding the stage and running around and, in a way interacting with fans of, getting by the edge and interacting as much as you can from a distance. And the fans were hype, of course, and like jumping around and everything. And it was, I don't know all of her music, but it was definitely a really great time of going like, oh, I know this anime theme song. And they played some of the clips on screen, which is great. Of course, the Demon Slayer one was everyone's like,
so it was gonna, your mic muted you when you were imitating the audience. So I assume that is
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
We'll mute it myself. But that one was really great, and that was really cool. A huge thanks to Crunchyroll for having that kind of an event because it was free if you had a Comic-Con badge, and beautiful venue in San Diego. So that was definitely cool. And so if you couldn't go to that, you can check out your tickets for Lisa in concert. Also, shout out to the Toei Animation and Crunchyroll concert of the One Piece Symphonic Voyage. That was also incredible. They even had a part where it was sing along, and they put up the subtitles in Japanese to sing along, which is pretty interesting hearing everybody like da 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 trying to do it. But it was cute. Good enthusiasm from the fans. Also very crowded. Lots of people excited to see it. They also had some activities outside the theater area that were themed, and of course merch. And it was just a really great time. And again, same idea. If you had a Comic-Con badge, you were able to go for free. So anime fans for next year, someone be on the lookout. Crunchyroll delivers. And Toei as well, bringing that because they did Dragon Ball a couple of years ago. So they are bringing the excitement of additional evening activities, which is really cool for down at San Diego at Comic-Con. So then overall, yeah, it was one of those, I'm like, loved it. So cool. So thank you, Crunchyroll. Overall, Comic-Con, there's a link down below for interviews, and there'll be more added to that playlist. Wynonna Earp is one of the huge ones I was very excited about. They are going to have a film, Wynonna Earp Vengeance. It's coming to Tubi later this fall, so we got to talk with the cast and the showrunner. And if you've been a Wynonna fan for a while, this is really fun interviews to watch. And if you're new, it's still interesting. And this film will be okay for new folks to come in, and you don't need to be caught up on everything, which is always cool. Nice. And
that's how you get people in and then get them caught up on everything.
We do appreciate that of like, here, what's an easy way to bring people in, but we're not, doing a disservice to those who have been there. It's almost been 10 years, y'all. It's been Wynonna Earp started in like 2016.
Oh,
back
my God.
then is when first started doing coverage of that show. So I was like, that was a question I asked them of, you've been doing this for almost 10 years, but it's not been consistent because they lost funding or they lost the network that they were part of. And so it's such a unique journey for a show versus 8 years, 8 seasons. It was like a couple years and then break for a couple years, few years, break. And it's like, whoa. So the fans definitely have brought that power to it and those involved to keep it going. Also go check out, go ahead.
Now, for those not familiar, I believe Tubi is free.
Yes.
Like straight up free. So for those going, oh my God, I got to do another subscription. Nope, Tubi's free.
Yeah.
So you got that to look forward to, and one less barrier to seeing the Wynonna Earp. I got that right?
Yes, it's the Wynonna Earp will be the movie, and then the show I think is still on Netflix. There's 4 seasons. Okay. Last I checked, I don't know still, but if you want to watch before the movie, you got some time. There will be some interviews talked with the Jurassic World Chaos Theory animated voice cast, which is really great. So stay tuned for those. Teacup, which is a new show that's going to be on Peacock. It's kind of like spooky, a little bit of sci-fi-y.
Okay.
Creepy. I only really got to see the pilot, but talked with those involved with that, which was great. And the other one was check out Con Daily, which was part of Electric Now TV, which I was hosting on that. And with that, I got to talk to the team behind Hellboy. They're doing a new movie, which is exciting for that. More in line and in tune with the vibe of the comic books. And the creator was like, this is one of my favorite stories. So I'm like, awesome. Yeah. I'm there. Team behind Mortal Kombat. So there's some more Mortal Kombat stuff coming your way, which we talked, Katie talked with them last year.
Yes.
Comic-Con.
Yes. And I believe we did a little, I always like to have fun closing questions. And mine was, if you yourself had a fatality, what would it be? And I believe we strung those answers together and put it on Instagram. And did it make it to our TikTok? I don't remember.
I can't remember at this moment, but we do have a TikTok. Fanversation has a TikTok. Make sure.
Yes.
And on that note, make sure you're subscribed here and notification bell so you'll be up to date when all these come out.
Mm-hmm.
And then Comics Beat is where some anime, side note, Anime Expo videos are live, and then there'll be some more from Comic-Con that I was part of. So overall, Comic-Con,
a lot of stuff.
we do a lot of things here.
We do so many things.
Overall, I'd say Comic-Con was amazing. I feel like it's back in full force. There were offsites that were really fun and engaging. I am bummed that there was a Silo offsite and I didn't know about it. I don't feel they advertised about it, and I'm like, I would have gone, because I just picked up
anything about that.
I picked up my book to keep reading it, which is the first part of the series. So I was like, gosh darn it! But I got to watch somebody's cool video on it at least. The Paramount Plus,
It was like I was also getting the press releases and invites, even though I wasn't able to go this year. Didn't hear anything about that one.
I heard about their panel, but they didn't mention anything about like, oh, we also have an offsite. And I'm like, Kesses.
Was it like really far from the convention center?
I don't know where it was. It looked like it was part of Gaslamp. So I'm like, I don't know.
Huh.
Oh, well. There was
next year.
Yes. Be like, come back for next year, please. There were Paramount Plus Lodge, always fantastic. The Hulu Animation, the Ava Fest, part of Abbott Elementary, and FX all had really fun activations. So those were, offsites for fans to check out. I didn't really see any panels because I was doing press rooms, but pretty darn good lineup of what was available there. Also, panels seem to go later, which I'm liking that in case people are like, nope, I want to keep sitting down and watching something. They had some all the way up till 8 or 9 p.m. And a lot of fun nighttime activities, which were great. And so, overall, I think Comic-Con has come back full force, and it was a really good time. Make sure you were testing yourself for post-COVID, because there were a few people that did get sick. Hopefully they were doing speedy recovery. Thankfully, I was fine. But it is one of those, be aware that it's still definitely going around out there. So be safe. Have a good time, but be safe.
Keep in mind that not unlike the common cold, because the common cold is also a coronavirus, you can get people sick while you are incubating it before you start showing symptoms. So always, always, always be cognizant. And again, if you see me at a convention, I'm always wearing a mask, and I will be wearing a mask to the Labyrinth Masquerade. Not of this mask, but of this mask, because that's a lot of humans. That's a lot of people. And I ain't messing around. So it's a valid way to do things. Again, if it's something that helps you feel safer in larger areas, or if you're just going to an enclosed space that has multiple hundreds or multiple thousands of people in it, that is that's a way to do it. And they're very widely available. Too. Yes, I went to Midsummer Scream down in Long Beach. It is the world's largest horror convention. That's what they're saying. It's pretty good sized. It is the entire Long Beach Convention Center. It's both halves. Nice. And panel rooms as well. We usually only do one day because it's fun, but we aren't as much panel goers for this one. And we have done panels before. I have a friend who runs, I believe, Dread is the tabletop, and she runs a live session, and it's very fun. There's all sorts of behind the scenes. They'll do reveals for what like Halloween Horror Nights or the Haunted Hayride are going to have this year. There's all sorts of actors there, people who work in different horror media. Just if you are into horror, you can't really go wrong with Midsummer Scream. There's something there for everyone. And for people who have looked at our Silver Screams channel and gone, but Katie, you're the wuss. You don't ever go to horror things. That's always Megan. For one, you're right. And for another, I did go last year because Roger Jackson, who is the voice of Ghostface and also Mojo Jojo from Powerpuff Girls, was supposed to be there last year. And unfortunately, he had to cancel, but he was there this year. So you bet your ass I have a selfie and an autograph with Roger Jackson. So that's, I can be motivated. And I really do enjoy the dealers hall side of things. They have all sorts of very fun vendors. I spent way too much money. It was a lot of very, very fun stuff. I am a purchase jewelry sort of person because I love to see
Same.
what people come up with for handmade jewelry. So I got this like steampunk. It's going to be part of my labyrinth costume. I have this nice steampunk
Ooh,
necklace that I'm going to add. Like it's
nice.
fun. I spent so much money there. It was all I always love dealers rooms. I always love artist alleys. They're my favorite part of the con. And then the Midsummer Scream one always has a stage in the corner with about 30 seats around it, and they just have rotating acts. And one of my friends is a very skilled magician. So he was performing. So I was like, we got to go see Micah. We got to go see Micah. And then he pulled me on stage to demonstrate a new trick because I was in the front row and he knew me. So it was a very good time. If you are into horror or if you are just tangentially into horror and there's someone who wants you to go with them, Midsummer Scream is a very good time. They do have scare mazes in one half of the expo hall. So the line can be a little long unless you've bought, they call it the Golden Bat. It's a VIP ticket that lets you skip lines. So the wait for that can be a little long. So you want to pick and choose the ones you want or get the Golden Bat, or if you're there all weekend, you'll have a little more time because it is a 3-day convention. But yeah, I don't do the scare mazes, obviously, but everyone I was with was like, oh yeah, this one was great. Oh yeah, this one was a lot of fun. This one didn't have as many clowns as I expected for a clown maze. You know, it's in the same thing as like Halloween Horror Nights or Not Scary Farm or anything. Some of them are going to be bangers and some of them may not live up to your expectations. It truly just depends.
Is it always that weekend? Because I was bummed
No.
it's the same weekend as Comic-Con, and I'm like, ugh.
No, because last year I did 3 weeks in a row, Anime Expo, Midsummer Scream, and San Diego Comic-Con. Yeah, AX is always July 4th weekend, and Midsummer Scream migrates, I guess. But it's usually in July regardless. So it just happened, they just so happened to be opposite each other this year. And I believe DreamCon was also that same weekend. And I think there was a fourth one. So it was a very convention heavy weekend.
Otakon?
I don't know if it was Otakon.
Definitely
I'm not sure.
DreamCon stuff. And I know somebody who was at Comic-Con who left on the last day early to go to Midsummer Scream. So
really fun.
Yeah. I was like, they went right from, they're like, yeah, we're leaving Saturday night so we can check it out on Sunday. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, you drive like an hour from San Diego to get to Long Beach, then another hour to get back to LA. So
yeah, it's not too bad.
It's not bad. So it's again, if you enjoy horror, it's a good time, and it is pretty dang sizable.
Let us know what conventions you're attending, which ones you like. Leave a comment down below. Also, looking back over the chat, we got John Knight says, hello, ladies. Hello. So now I think we need to get to our show that we're covering.
Oh my God.
But we give you all kinds of content on this channel. All right, go Loser Ranger, because we had a lot going on.
This heckin' show. I do love the ramp up and the way things have been going. I will say that I did finish off all 4 episodes that were left yesterday because I was watching, I've been watching it with my roommate. So it's like, okay, we need to like finish watching this and then rewatch the 2 that were available in the dub because we are doing dub coverage, dub scheduled coverage. Words.
Dub.
We're on the dub schedule in terms of our coverage. I'm losing my mind. So it'll be this, and then it'll be 1 episode next week, and then the final episode the week after that. So I'm definitely looking at some of these events and going, okay, putting them in context with that. But the other thing is just like rewatching helped me kind of separate out what was where, because man, these last 4 episodes really flow. It's like, that was 20 minutes, and then how has it not been 20 minutes yet? And then that was 20 minutes? Very good. Very good stuff. Yes.
I like our Blue Ranger being an ass and then kind of taking the advice of this cute little chibi girl. And how we see her at the opening of that episode, it's like, oh no.
It's like you were going up in an elevator is this where the elevator spits out?
I was
Like,
wondering.
how did you wind up under a bridge?
I wondered that too. I was like, did I miss the end of an episode? How did we get here? Oh, sure. Okay, got it.
What I'm thinking is because we saw like the Red Keeper, like that fortress, and it's this big steampunk gears on the outside, super ostentatious. Like, of course it
Mhm.
hecking is. Have we seen the Red Dragon Keeper? So it would not surprise me if the blue one was just fully underground.
Yeah.
They've all got different styles. They all do different things.
Yep.
So like this does not surprise me. Also, I get it, show, but can we stop using herd a cat as the shorthand for evil? Can we stop that? It
Oh,
makes me
yeah,
sad.
the one we look over.
And there's just this cat beaten up in the rain. I'm like, oh my god. Okay, for one, Blue Keeper is right in this situation, and he should say it. And for two, please stop hurting cats in your show. Stop it. I get why you
Yes.
do it. I get that it's your shorthand
Yeah.
for evil. Stop.
Yeah.
And at that point, it's
agreed.
like, why would we stop? Obviously, it's super effective. Like, oh.
Yeah, it's all stabbing. Yeah.
Some
Yep.
of us are into animal rescue at a cat shelter. Okay. Some of us
Yeah.
have cats.
No, it's sad. It's like,
It
wait a
is
minute.
sad.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
But I liked her. Okay, you can talk now, and that was cute. It's like, oh, the Grumpster with a heart of gold, maybe. Means well. There we go. Yeah.
He is a messy person, but
Yes.
man. Yeah, no, I love this, but also like, dude, are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you okay? Sir, you're torturing her. Sir. Nope. Okay.
Our journey with XX and our let me have somebody's name.
Peltrola.
Yes, that too. Of giant tree, eggs, and chickens.
So here's what I love about this. Because this whole time, Peltrola has been like, I'm God, I'm God, I'm God, I'm God.
Yep.
Tree of knowledge, fruit of knowledge. Like the forbidden tree and the forbidden fruit. I think if we had really been going for that, I'm like, dude, up your design. What hatched out of those should have been snakes. Or if you were going for the angel thing, what hatched out of those should have been biblically accurate.
Yes.
I would have been here for God being a biblically accurate angel. Like, that would be fun. They're good character designs. I'm just doing the yes and for the motif over here.
Yeah,
and just the teeny laser birds. Like, I think I've seen a Digimon like that. Like,
yeah.
You know, it's kind of hard not to Simpsons did it when it comes to monster designs at this point. You know, everything's based on something. Everything takes inspiration from somewhere. It doesn't invalidate anything.
No.
It's not going to stop me from cracking jokes about it, but it doesn't invalidate it at all. And let's be real, I would not be doing super great if I was faced with a laser bird either. So like,
and poor D is all over the place and trying to survive here.
He's having an identity crisis in real time.
He's like, I'm this one, that one too. Because when we saw the other character, when we saw
which one? Give me something.
When XX was one of the students,
Ranmaru.
Yes. I was all, wait a minute, how can that also be? Oh, because that's the other one who can do it. Okay. I momentarily had but is he okay? I follow now.
They can all. It's just more difficult for some than others. And XX has been really clear about like, I don't like holding a human form. It's not easy for me. And the reason that for D is just like, it's his special talent. It's his cutie mark. He's really good at this whole shape-shifting into humans thing.
Yeah. Oh, no. It was more of a moment that I forgot that there's another one that could be doing it. So I had like, how is D this other one? And I'm like, oh, yes, XX is also in play. I just thought she was still busy doing
It's been a really long couple weeks.
So I was like, oh, she's the other one. Okay.
Yes.
But I loved our fight with the different students of their battle and everything. That was very great.
Yes.
And then the lower rangers, which were so cool. I appreciate that. I was like, where was that? That was
I love all of the junior first ranks.
Yes.
And all of their specific divine artifact
Oh
aspects.
yeah, and
Like, of
fighting.
course, Red has a gun, but
Yeah,
I can't decide if the remote control or the teeth are my favorite for very
I like
different
the
reasons.
teeth thing.
The
The like,
teeth are so good.
yes,
Oh, she's
that
fun.
was green. Yes, that was the Usubuko angel.
She's
I
an
think so.
unholy terror. I like her.
I like her a lot too. I'm like, oh, she's kind of like gnarly, but I love it so much.
And the comment about like, oh, I recognize this taste. You're this one. I've been looking for you. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, so y'all knew. Y'all knew there was
Yes.
another one.
We wondered that. Yep.
So then my
Oh.
question at that point is the Green Squad, they're like, yeah, assassinating monsters from cover, from disguise. They're yeah. If they knew about boss monsters still being out, or at least one boss monster still being out and about, do the rest of the Dragon Keepers know? And Red is just arrogantly lying his face off when he's like, yeah, no, you were wrong. It wasn't a boss monster. They're all dead. Like, do they know and he's lying? Or is Green keeping it to themselves and no one else knows? I'm assuming they
could go
know
either way on that.
because boy, were they prepared for this.
Yes, they were. So
Yeah.
yeah, I feel either way. I'm like, I don't know. They feel like they're overly confident at times, but then they're also prepared. So
It could go either way, but
yeah.
I think if they truly thought that there were no more boss monsters, they would have been caught a little more flat-footed. Like, if the Sunday
Yeah.
Showdown and the fighters were all that were left, like, yeah, it makes sense for me for Red to go either way, truly,
Yeah.
because he's Red and
That's
he's
true.
just
And
the
like
worst
he
human on
might
the
be
planet.
like, me.
He
Yeah.
could go either way, truly. But the rest of them, especially this group of junior first ranks that we've seen, and also our guy with the nose brace who got just absolutely flattened. He, I can't remember his name. I don't care. He's like a junior third rank or something. He's a little farther down the line.
The
Yeah.
also with Yellow, our girl, I love her standing next to God and like, oh hi. And I'm like,
just taking a moment to pause it and be like, sup. Just the dub of this was, we've got you on the ropes. You doing okay? you scare me. And then him recognizing her.
Yeah, he's like,
Whereas everyone else, he's like, oh, someone who's not a dragon keeper knows who I am. But her, he's like, this bitch.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, okay, there's something going on here.
Yes. And because she could so casually stand next to him and be like,
I think that was also the power of the remote control. Because, she hit mute and then went and vibed next to the guy like,
yeah.
Sup, bruh?
Yes.
Which I love that. And it's, my roommate compared it to the movie Click, which is, like, hey, it's a comedy. No, Click is a tragedy. Everyone shut up. Click will hurt you a lot. Doesn't matter that it's an Adam Sandler movie. It will hurt you. So, like, yeah, kind of a Click remote without those specific drawbacks. But I thought that was so fun and so interesting. I like that.
Yes. What else on our fight and running back and forth? And also back to D of not really knowing where he's going to go with his motivations there of like loyalties. But then in the end of I'm loyal to me, and you go, oh yeah, that definitely tracks.
Yeah, because he got attached. He wound up with all these people. He wound up strategizing with them. He showed like, Ranmaru what he was. And Ranmaru went, all right, well, you're still one of us. Like, he got attached to these people. He got mad when they got hurt. And in his little concussion fantasy, it was, yes, I rule the world. Yes, I'm amazing. Everyone loves me. And also, like, these are my friends and we're having a cool dinner and I have the money and I have the status. Like, this is what world domination looks like to him.
Yeah.
And it's obviously extremely shallow. Yeah. And so that reality check of God showing up to his dinner party and going, actually, God's a vegan and you're all sinners, was one, amazing.
Yeah.
And two, just that whole, hey, you need to be a lot more focused in your goals and figure out what the end stage looks like. Like, whatever you're actually fighting for, you need to know what that is. He has gotten this far on spite and a
Yeah.
shape-shifting talent. It has not been skill.
Yeah.
He even overplayed his hand in this episode going after Blue Keeper. Like,
Yeah.
bruh, bruh.
I was like, ooh. He's
Oof.
like, wow, they're a little stronger than I expected. It's like,
Like,
really? Okay.
God bless D, he's not smart. Like,
No.
he can be clever when it comes up to it, especially the coming up with plans,
Yes.
knowing who's good at what. Like, he's clever, but
Yeah.
oh boy, that intelligence score is not great.
No. And we give him points for enthusiasm
Oh,
and gumption, but the rest needs a little more help.
And I mean, we keep seeing this. Like, when he first started doing this, Suzukiri and Sakurama clocked him from the get-go.
Yeah.
And so, hey.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's and the fact that Blue Keeper was like, sucks that Pink's little brother's gotta die, but guess I'll do it. Like,
Yeah.
did not give a singular fuck. Oh man.
He's like, okay. I thought it was funny that he didn't even think that it could be anything else. It was just like, oh no, something's wrong with him and we gotta kill him. It's like, maybe it's not him.
To be fair, back in episode 4, we also witnessed Red Keeper literally beating his direct subordinate to death at lunch and then sitting down for noms covered in his blood. So, like,
I don't care much. No.
it's a terrible vibe,
yes.
but it's kind of the vibe. Like, oh, they're not working, they're not fitting in, cull the herd. Like, ooh, that's fucked up.
They do not care.
They do not care.
I was trying to see if there were other. I had a thing with names so I could have it ready, and then it was less with pictures. And I was like, wait,
Yeah.
I want pictures.
Yeah, getting to see Blue Keeper's divine element, divine weapon at
Oh.
play. It was very interesting.
The seahorse.
Face! I love the seahorse bomb. I love the little fish bombs. They make me
They're
very
like,
happy. The giant face is just like,
Yes.
is this like some Neptune shit? Or like,
Sure.
what are we doing?
Yes. It's water and water gods. Sure. Yep.
I love it. It's absolutely wild.
No.
And
I
the
love
whole, this will continue until you find my true body. And then just pulling back to the one that's about to leave, like, they're all my true body. I just have to
Yes.
get to the surface. Like, all right, God thought of a few things. I'll give that to him. That's solid.
Yep. Yeah, the ocean bubble seems like an effective technique of honing missiles that could follow you around too.
Infinite red shells. Just infinite red shells. Amazing. I really did. I loved seeing him in action, seeing this fight. I did love the evolution of the boss monster. And I also really liked just D going after God and XX going, what the hell are you doing? He gave you life. You basically betrayed your parent. And
He's
I've
like,
known enough people with shitty parents to kind of be like, well,
you're like,
he did abandon them.
just a little bit. Yep.
He really did. Like, there was no attempt to get in contact with the fighters up top. There was no attempt to. He just basically fucked off for 12 years and then showed up and went, I have my little loyal one here that I'm going to use as a meat shield because I need a meat shield. That's what you're made for. Like, God's a shitty parent. So yeah, I am not surprised that D finally came to the conclusion of fuck you, I'm on my own side, let's go. And again, he's right and he should say it. Like, all of the sides suck. Pick your people and make a new side.
Yes. Do we think XX is able to heal from any of that? Because it seemed like some growth was happening of it. It seemed like it was at the elbow, but then it seemed like there's a little bit, like it didn't seem as mortally wounded the way his abdomen one was.
I'm willing to chalk that one up to animation error because the show made a pretty and it kind of
Okay.
It's gonna be hard to tell sometimes.
Yeah.
Because the show made a very big deal of him like not being able to heal the wound, having to move a
Yeah.
different part of his body in, and
Yeah.
then going, "I'm actually a little lighter because of that. There is part of me
Yeah.
that is not coming back
Yep.
because of this injury." So if she's able to do the same thing, she's gonna be a little shorter.
Okay, because I wondered that.
We'll
I was
see.
like, wait, does she heal better than him? And it doesn't seem like it's. I mean, of course she was in pain, and it was one of those. If you just listen to that sequence, it is a. It has context, I swear. It just.
Yeah, it has context, but also it's exactly what it sounds like. That is a
Yes.
man stabbing a woman multiple
Yeah.
times. That's no,
Yeah.
again, very much these are our heroes, ladies and gentlemen. These are our
Yep.
heroes. On the one hand, beating the hell out of guys who beat up a cat, which,
Yep.
yeah, no, fair. He's right and he should say it. On the other hand, hey kids, that's torture. We don't
And
do
Dee
that.
even saying
That's
like,
not
"Hey,
good.
maybe we shouldn't do that," and Blue's like, "Nah, you're funny."
I mean, D is also trying to save XX in
Oh yeah,
all of
that
this,
too.
but just
Yes.
the whole, even though she's our enemy, like, she's alive and we should respect her. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, no. And again, D nearly giving the game away with
Mhm.
something you think is beneath you can still rise up and get you. And XX is like, oh my God. Oh my God. I have to do everything. Oh my God.
Yep. Well, that leads
Yeah.
us into the exciting getting towards the end, but it's definitely action
Two more
packed.
episodes.
Cover the
Two
big
more
things.
episodes.
Let us know if there's other moments that stood out to you. Leave comments because we've talked about it before. Generally, when it is something super action packed, it is the
Hard to
cool
talk
action,
about
cool
sometimes.
action.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Only we got the character moments
yes,
from the cadets early on
yeah.
when it was still one-on-one fights.
Oh, our weird
Shippo getting
pervert
shot
who's
and not
like, I want
caring.
a harem. Okay, well, he's
Yeah,
not necessarily a pervert because he wants a harem. He's just, but he is a bit
shallow.
icky, shallow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like the girl calling him out on that. Like, really? That's why you. And he goes, "Well,
yeah.
I can't let a pretty girl get hurt on my journey to getting my babe harem." And
I kind of think that last little bit was
Ah.
an excuse. It wasn't, "I
Yeah,
couldn't let a pretty girl get hurt." It
it
was,
was
"I
funny
couldn't let
though. Of
you
like,
get hurt."
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But,
but it was
you don't
a
see an excuse a mile away. I'm like,
yeah,
"Alright, sure, Jan."
yeah,
I love Shippo. I love that she was manipulating him into posing until the energy in the saber ran out, and then
yeah.
she shot him and it just did nothing.
Yes, he's like muscles. Doo doo. Yeah.
He is such a nut bar, and I love him so much.
Yes.
Like, bless
He's it.
this mess. I adore this ridiculous man.
Yeah. You're just like, oh. Yeah. No, he's great. And our double eyes, where she's just like, I kept them busy for you. Okay.
Oh,
Her thumbs up.
she was horror movie levels of getting into the wrong car
Yes.
on that one. Like,
Yeah.
wow, you, wow,
Yeah.
you picked the exact. Mm. But the
But I
point
did like her
about,
move though, of like,
oh yeah,
hmm
and her point to, because his whole thing was like he's been a cadet forever. He's never been able to pass. And him
hmm
talking like, "Oh, it's self-sacrifice. Oh, it's this. I'm self-sacrificing so
hmm
that all of my former colleagues who left can have their homes and families and whatnot." And her just calling him all the way out. Like, you're
Yeah.
not a martyr. You're
Yeah.
not what it's like, if you were gonna do that, you would have already done it. You're
Yes.
just full of shit.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, the "do it, you coward" of it all, and then
Yeah.
putting her money where her mouth is and just exploding them both.
Yeah. She's like, no,
She's
babe,
like
it's fine.
"I bought enough time. Shippo's on his way. He can do this."
Yep. You can
And
finish
Shippo,
it off, bud.
and just, he's a big friendly dude. He's very fun. But the framing from below and the glint in
Mhm,
the
mhm,
eyes and the like,
mhm.
oh yeah, no, he got shot point blank by the energy weapon like half a dozen times, and it did nothing.
Nothing. Yep.
Nothing.
Yep.
So I'll take it.
Yes.
I'll take it. I love this.
I do too. I'm excited to see how it ends. So
Oh
we'll
yeah.
be covering along with the dub timeline. So we have
Mhm.
one for next week and then one for the week after.
Yes.
All right. And moving on to other stuff you should check out. This is movies, games, books, whatever that we've checked out that we think you should check out. I was like, it's been a lot because Comic-Con and everything. But one, be on the lookout for Winona Earp Vengeance. I'll be on Tubi this fall. I'm very excited to watch that. I haven't seen anything really for it, but I know from what they've already made with this show and this entity, I'm excited to see more. I did really like the pilot for Teacup. I'm curious to see where that goes. That'll be on Peacock. I think that's also this fall. I started watching Jurassic World Chaos Theory. So that is the second part after the kids did summer camp. So you could start there and you won't be too lost, because it's like a 5 years later thing, and they'll be coming out with a second season in October. But that's a fun kind of semi all family-ish. Like, I think middle school could handle it because there is some peril of, dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs. So it's a little bit of people are in danger, but it is still engaging and interesting for the grown-ups. Like, they're not dumbing it down for younger audiences, which I appreciate. And the main characters are about college age. So it is a, all ages in a way kind of show. So it's pretty fun.
And to my understanding, Camp Cretaceous is
Yes,
like
that's the other one.
Yeah, the series before it. I have friends who have watched it and they've thoroughly enjoyed it, that it's a solid piece of Jurassic Park media and that it doesn't really dumb things down for a younger audience. It's still very much, oh yeah, there are stakes. Oh yeah, things are going down here. So,
and there's 5 seasons of that. So if you really want content, you can go watch that one. So that's the first bit, but I haven't had a chance to check that one out yet.
The good Jurassic Park media that they've made recently.
Yes. So if you like dinosaurs, it's definitely a fun one to check out.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's kind of about it.
Just
which is still a lot for
Mr. DNA from the first movie pronunciation of dinosaurs. Like, okay, that's in my head forever now.
The book of Jurassic Park is a really cool book also, if you ever want to get around to reading that one.
And real different from the movie in tone and towards the end in execution.
There's a lot of things they changed, but it is that I like reading the thing, but I kind of have learned it's better to watch it and then read it because you're less disappointed. And then it's a little bit like choose alternate timeline in terms of things are similar, but then things change. So then it still feels fresh and you're less disappointed.
Welcome to the hell of the book was better.
Yes. And sometimes similar to, there you go, as I was getting back into some of the things they've changed for Silo. I absolutely understand why they changed that for a show versus a book, but it's been fun reading it after I watched the show because I was like, this show's so great. I want more of this. And then I went and got the book. So from the library, y'all.
As you do.
The library.
As you heckin' do.
Yes. All right, Katie, what about you?
Oh, we have so many things. I actually have new media. Holy cow. So, for starters, our friends at Tokyo Pop and Noir Caesar were kind enough to send us an advanced reader's copy of Mutubo, which we were talking about a few episodes ago on here. And it's fun, you guys. The art style for this, and as a reminder, I cannot remember the month that the graphic novel is dropping. My brain is saying August, but I don't have it in front of me. Hop back a few episodes and find out. But it is also a webtoon, which is available to read now. So if you're not a patient human and you would like to read it, it is all available online. It takes place in Zimbabwe. Yes, it's really good. Just from reading the first volume, which was 6 or 7 chapters, it really gives you a measure of the world and the characters, and it gives you, a little bit at the beginning, like your Mutubo, your family totem. Some people can use the power of it. It's frowned upon. It's illegal now. And then it throws you in the story. You have 4 panels of a couple sentences of exposition, and then it's, hello, story time. I love our protagonist. I'm very interested to see where he goes because he's in a poor family, is able to use his totem. It's just highly illegal. He's in an underground fighting ring to try to earn more money. Things happen. It's shaping up to be kind of your shonen battle tournament sort of manga. Yeah, sort of your shonen battle tournament manga. But I'll be interested to see where it goes from here because it breaks open the world building about 4 or 5 chapters in with, hey, here's things that happened in the past. Here's the reason that the world, or at least the country, is the way it is right now. Here's the political climate around things. And what I love about the world building is he's growing up in a very poor town. And the we think of like internet as being ubiquitous. And one of the things he's trying to save up money for is a data package so he can watch a live stream that night on his cell phone because otherwise he just does not have the data for it. And just having that sort of, oh, he has to save up so he can have like an hour of internet so he can watch this tech mogul make this announcement because he's really fond of this guy and he thinks it'll be like he's into this. The fact that he has to go out and scrimp and save to buy an hour of internet is like, oh, that's one of those things that you don't really think about, at least, in this economic class, in this part of the world, etc. And so having that, oh, okay, this is where we are, this is what life is like. And the fact that it's presented as a fact of life for our characters, you don't really question, like, is that accurate? Is that for real? You go, oh, yeah, other parts of the world. Right. Very, very good at widening your scope without feeling like you're being hit by a hammer. It's just very natural, very good storytelling and world building. And if you guys have seen me talk about stuff, you know I love world building. So I'm looking at this going, yes, more. Very excited by this. Thank you to our friends at Tokyo Pop and Noir Caesar. I am so excited. This is fun.
Looking up, I think I found that it says the digital release is available now with the print edition set to debut on the 13th of this month.
Okay.
So August 13th will be the printed version of this story.
So that is early next
Very
week.
soon. Yes.
Yeah. So if you are interested, mark your calendars. You may be able to pre-order it on the Tokyo Pop website. So
nice.
Yeah, keep an eye out for that. And yeah, I enjoyed that first volume. I am coming back for more. That was fun.
Yes. All right.
Other things I'm into. Happy 2nd anniversary to the Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. So for those going, this is like the 5th time you've talked about Rise. Yes. Yes, it is. It's not going to stop me. I still love this show. It's talking about world building, talking about storytelling, talking about having a world that you can really sink your teeth into. I truly adore the way that Rise approached all of its characters, approached its world building. There's like a mystical undercity to New York as well as the city itself. There's just, they have a whole new cast of villains and some different thoughts, some different approaches for some more classic villains. I'm particularly fond of how they approach Baxter Stockman. I think it's hilarious in this show. It's very much a comedy, but there's definitely some story and some character beats to sink your teeth into if you just give it a minute. So this is another one where I'm like, give it a few episodes, check it out. I don't remember if Netflix got the 2nd season back. It's two seasons. It's a season and a half and a movie. And the animators really went, oh, the movie's not TVY7? Oh, we have Netflix money. Oh, we're doing the Krang. Great. Let's go nuts. As I've said before, while watching this movie, there was a scene in which I leaned back and my roommate leaned forward and went, that guy got Cronenberged. So, like, we're talking to people like, hey, if you like horror, go to this con. Like, hey, if you like horror, you might enjoy this iteration of Ninja Turtles because, oh boy, they have fun sometimes. So, yeah, I would recommend starting at the beginning. Yes, turtle friends. I would recommend starting at the beginning of the series. If you do just want to throw yourself into the movie and then see if you want to watch the series afterwards, that is also a valid approach. I know a number of people who have done that and thoroughly enjoyed it. I believe the entire series is on Netflix. The first 2 seasons are on Paramount Plus if you have that, but the movie is a Netflix original, so it's only there. But yeah, second anniversary of the movie dropping was, I think, yesterday. So
Cool.
we have fun. We have fun
right.
here. And we
Yes.
finally managed to finish Control. So we're heading into Alan Wake 2 after that. So, yeah. Cue up Herald of Darkness again. It's a 13-minute long song. It's wonderful. It's terrible. It's actually wonderful. I love it so much. It's so hard to convince people who aren't into Alan Wake to listen to it because it is 13 minutes long.
I don't know. There's too many songs lately. They're under 3 minutes, and I'm like, this is too short. Give me back to my 3 to 4 minute, 5-minute songs.
I mean, a lot of early to mid Linkin Park songs are under 2 minutes, but
Sure.
yeah, but Linkin Park could pull it off. I don't know if there's a lot of other artists today that can.
It
but
works, and you're like, so where's the longer version? Is this the radio short edit? You know, like, can I get a longer extended version? Can we get where's
So
that?
if I send you the 13-minute full
Sure.
version of Herald of Darkness, will you listen to it?
Yes.
Oh, I'm taking you up on that. You're
Okay,
getting a
send
Spotify
it.
link when we're done recording.
Okay. And then speaking, we're done recording. Where can people find you online?
You can find me being a menace all over the social medias at Kiaxet. That is Kiaxet. Social medias and YouTube and Twitch. The aforementioned horror channel is Silver Screams, which is on YouTube, and that is me and my roommate talking about horror stuff. So if you want to see some really good examples of her having the time of her life and me jumping out of my skin, we have reaction video. Like, every reaction video we did to any of the Halloween trailers is that. And also, I believe the one for Evil Dead Rise. There's points in that reaction video where I am just like, nope. So, yeah, if you really want to see the dichotomy of into it and not, those are the recommendations.
And y'all can find me online at Carrie D Lane. That's KARIDLANE across all social media platforms. Here on the Fanversation channel, we have new videos coming out all the time, so make sure you are subscribed. Give the video a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, because then you know when those videos are dropping. There is a link to the Comic-Con playlist playlist in the description down below, and there'll be more added to that. And over on Twitter, you can follow us at NTATNB. We asked you lots of questions. Leave comments, respond to the things. You can, but if you don't want to and you're not so inclined, enjoy watching whenever you're watching this. And thank you so much.
We love our lurkers. We love you so much. We love everyone who comments. We love everyone who watches and is too shy to be like, I don't want to comment. That's fine. We still love you. We're glad that you're here.
Yes. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.